The ongoing conflict in Gaza has entered its 10th month, with Hamas military wing, the Al-Qassam Brigades, claiming continued resistance against Israeli forces. Abu Obaida, the spokesman for Al-Qassam, has become a prominent voice in the conflict, regularly providing updates and statements on the situation. In his recent statement, Abu Obaida asserted that despite Israel's continuous airstrikes and artillery fire, Palestinian resistance fighters are still actively engaging Israeli forces, inflicting casualties and destroying military vehicles. The spokesman criticized the international community's response to the conflict, highlighting what he sees as the failure of international organizations to enforce a ceasefire. He described the ongoing situation as Nazi, Zionist, American aggression and genocide, arguing that it exposes the limitations of international human rights laws and the selective nature of global justice. Abu Obaida's statements also addressed the Israeli public directly, claiming that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is not prioritizing the fate of Israeli captives in Gaza. He portrayed the Israeli leadership as being focused on destruction and killing rather than on the safe return of their citizens. The Al-Qassam spokesman painted a stark picture of the conflict, describing Gaza as a place where Israeli forces, despite their advanced military technology, are struggling. He predicted that these forces would ultimately be defeated, killed, injured, or forced to retreat. Throughout his communications, Abu Obaida has consistently worked to counter Israeli narratives about the conflict. Wearing a distinctive green camouflage uniform and a red kafia covering his face, he has become a recognizable figure, attempting to shape the narrative of the war from the Palestinian perspective. The statements from Al-Qassam come at a time when the humanitarian situation in Gaza remains dire. The prolonged conflict has resulted in significant civilian casualties and widespread destruction of infrastructure. International aid organizations continue to express grave concerns about the living conditions for Palestinians in the besieged territory. While Abu Obaida's statements present the perspective of Hamas and the Al-Qassam Brigades, it is important to note that the situation in Gaza is complex, with multiple stakeholders and differing narratives. The ongoing conflict continues to be a source of intense international debate and diplomatic efforts to find a resolution.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.